Throwaway because my wife and half her friend group use Reddit. I'm 35M, she's 33F, married 5 years, no kids, a dog that loves her more than me. Facts. I'm not dramatic, I don't snoop, and I honestly thought we were solid. Mortgage together, Target runs on Sundays, the usual. The first weird thing wasn't late nights or lingerie, it was mouthwash. Erin went from, "I'll floss tomorrow," to carrying travel floss like it was pepper spray, mint strips in every bag. A new routine, lemon water, tongue scraper, 10 minutes of, "Don't talk, I'm whitening." She said she was on a self-care kick. Cool, great, whatever. But the peppermint smell started showing up when she came home late too. Then the phone changes, face down. New focus mode called Wellness that blocks notifications after 6 p.m. Except my wife somehow replies to wellness texts at 11:30 while telling me she's asleep. When I said something, she snapped, "You always need something. I'm trying to take care of myself." It wasn't the words, it was the tone, like I'm at chore. 2 weeks later, our mail includes an explanation of benefits with her name. Comprehensive exam, consultation, follow-up, all within the same week, at a medical plaza across town. We have decent dental through my work, so fine, but why 3 visits? She said it was just paperwork from ages ago, and tossed it before I finished reading. The late nights start. Pilates ran over. Jenna needed to talk. I volunteered for a community wellness thing. Her car smells like antiseptic and coffee. Once I found a single blue latex glove in the backseat pocket, which she called a balloon someone gave to a kid. It wasn't tied or anything, just a glove. I told myself I was paranoid. Then I saw her Uber history on our shared account. Thursday night, drop off at the same medical plaza, 9:14 p.m., pick up at 11:07. She said she was at an outdoor market with Jenna. In February, during a cold snap, I asked how the kettle corn was. She said they were out, like that ends the topic. Last night, while she showered, her iPad lit up with a preview from an unsaved number. "See you Thursday. I'll keep it open after hours." I stared at that tiny tooth emoji like it was a live grenade. When she came out, towel on her head, I asked who it was. She didn't blink. Teeth whitening promo. You get better rates late. Thursday is our anniversary. I didn't sleep. At 3 a.m., I logged into our insurance portal and pulled every claim with her name. 3 entries from Riverside Dental Aesthetics in the last 10 days. Comprehensive exam, cosmetic consult, evening follow-up. There was a note about after-hours chair time not covered. After hours. I screenshotted everything. At breakfast, I played dumb. "Want me to book cleanings for both of us?" She didn't look up. "Already handled. Please don't micromanage my teeth." Then she kissed the dog and left early, peppermint trailing behind her like a receipt. I texted Jenna. "Market last Thursday, right? Which one?" 20 minutes later. "Yep, the one by the river." "We don't have a river market in February." I asked what she bought. "Kettle corn." Erin had said they were out. I thanked her. Jenna didn't reply again. When Erin got home that night, she plopped her tote on the counter. While she showered, I grabbed the tote for a fast look. Floss picks, whitening strips, those mini toothpaste tubes, and a business card with a smiling molar logo. Name scribbled on the back in pen. R. No last name, no number. I stuck the card back exactly where it was and pretended to watch TV. The next morning, I bought an AirTag and slipped it into the lining of her key fob. I'm not proud, but I wanted facts. Thursday, our anniversary, was in 2 days. I booked dinner at 8, set a calendar invite, and texted her a screenshot. She replied with a thumbs up and, "Might be late, studio charity drive." Thursday, 6:12 p.m. The AirTag pinged near our house. 7:01 p.m. It moved across town. 7:26. It stopped at the medical plaza. I drove to the restaurant anyway, waited 15 minutes, then turned around and headed to Riverside. The plaza was mostly dark except for a strip of lit offices on the second floor. One door. Riverside Dental Aesthetics. Lobby dark, hall lights on. I sat in my car and watched. At 8:52, a janitor tapped my window. "You waiting for someone?" I nodded. He smiled. "Doc's a nice guy. Works late for special cases." Special cases? I texted Erin. "Where are you?" She replied instantly. "Traffic, 10 minutes." The AirTag didn't move. At 9:03, the back hallway lit brighter. A silhouette crossed the frosted glass. 2 shapes, actually, one taller, one with a ponytail. My heart went loud. I stepped out of the car. Just then, my phone lit with a new message from an unknown number. "Doors open. 3rd chair." I stared at the text. "Doors open. 3rd chair." My thumb hovered over call. Instead, I pushed on the glass. It clicked and gave. Lobby dark, TV looping a video about gum disease. A fish tank hummed. Somewhere in back, a suction hose whined and stopped. "Hello?" I said. Nothing. The hall lights were on low. Framed before-after smiles followed me down the corridor. Operatory 1. Door shut. Operatory 2. Cracked with a glow. Operatory 3. Third chair was ajar. I eased it open an inch. A tray was set, mirror, scaler, bib ready, 2 paper cups, one with lipstick on the rim. A grey cardigan hung on the back of the patient chair. I know that sweater, or I think I do. Target brand, thumb worn thin on the cuff. Lots of people have grey cardigans. My brain went fuzzy. Footsteps. I backed behind the panoramic X-ray machine. Voices, low, female. We don't have long, male. I kept it open. Female, a small laugh. I know that laugh, but through a door everything sounds like everyone. My chest thumped. My phone buzzed. New text from Erin. Traffic is a nightmare. Still trying to make it. The AirTag map hadn't moved an inch. I took a screen recording. I typed, "You sure?" then didn't send. The suction kicked on again. A shadow moved past the frosted window of 3. I slid closer and saw a lab coat draped on a stool, embroidered, Dr. R. The rest folded under. Next to it, a stainless thermos with a sticker, a cartoon molar lifting weights. Cute. "Can I help you?" a voice said behind me. I spun. A woman in scrubs, mid-40s, ponytail, not Erin, name tag, Rosa. "I, have a whitening," I blurted. "Late." She glanced at a tablet. "We don't have you. Who are you seeing?" "Ah," I said. It came out more like a question. She watched me too long. "Doctor's with a patient. We're closed. You need to wait up front." I nodded and let her herd me back. As we passed 3, the door eased shut from the inside. Soft click. Rosa clocked me, noticing, and raised an eyebrow. In the lobby, I sat in a plastic chair. My knees bounced. The fish swam in slow figure 8s. Somewhere, a drill chirped once and went quiet. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. "Back hall if you're early." Same tooth emoji. Rosa's radio crackled. "You leaving yet?" a male voice asked. She answered, 2 minutes. "Sorry," I said. "Is there a back hall?" She frowned. "For staff." "Right, my mistake." She locked the front door and flipped the open sign. "Wait here. I'll tell the doctor you came by," she said. Not quite a lie, not quite the truth. Then she disappeared down the hall. I stood, walked to the water cooler. On the corkboard above it, a flyer for Riverside Smile Drive, Thursday 8 to 10 p.m. Volunteers needed. Handwritten at the bottom. Jenna. Smiley. I took a photo. Somewhere a door hissed open. A shadow crossed the hall again. I moved toward it before my courage died. The shadow paused at the end of the hall. I pushed through a half-open door and found a short corridor with a red exit sign and a metal door labeled Sterilization. The text pinged again. "Back hall if you're early." I typed, "Who is this?" No answer. From Sterilization came a muffled laugh, a clink, water running. I cracked it. Warm air, chemical smell, trays stacked, an ultrasonic bath humming. On the counter, 2 paper cups, one with lipstick, one with a bite mark on the rim. Beside them, a folded invoice. Composite bonding, after-hours chair time. Timestamp, 9:01 p.m. Footsteps. I ducked behind a rolling cart. The door swung wider. A tall guy in a black scrub top stepped in, hands gloved, mask under his chin. Sharp jaw, neat hair, late 30s, embroidery on his chest, Dr. R. He dropped instruments into the bath and said, low, 10 minutes. Another voice answered from the hall, a whisper I couldn't place. Female. My neck prickled. My phone rang. Erin. I silenced it, but the screen glowed. Too late. Dr. R's head snapped up. He scanned the room, then spotted my shoe. "We're closed," he said, flat. "Sir?" I stood. "I'm looking for my wife. She said she had a whitening. Erin." He didn't blink. "We're closed," he repeated slower. "You need to wait out front." "Is she here?" "I can't discuss patients." He wore the kind of smile you use on toddlers and lawsuits. Erin texted, "Traffic stalled. So annoying. Don't guilt-trip me." I showed him the map. "Her keys are here." He glanced at my phone, then at the door behind him. "Out front," he said, and stepped aside. A shape moved in the hall, ponytail maybe, but Rosa appeared instead, pushing a bin. "We're locking up," she told me. Her eyes were tired, not surprised. I let them shepherd me to the lobby. Dr. R whispered something to Rosa. She nodded and headed back. He stayed. "You okay to drive?" he asked. That tone again, professional, distant. "Who texted me?" I held up the unknown number. "Scams," he said. "We've had them targeting patients." He was already walking to the door. "Good night." Outside, the air felt colder. I watched the second-floor lights. At 9:28, the hall dimmed. My phone buzzed. "Running late, babe. Happy anniversary. Don't be mad." Attached was a selfie of Erin in the car, hair down, same grey cardigan. But the photo details said it was taken yesterday. Then the AirTag dot moved, not away from the plaza, down, toward the rear lot. I jogged along the side of the building and almost ran into Jenna. She froze, keys in hand, wearing scrubs. "Hey," she said, like we'd planned it. "You're early." Jenna nearly walked into me by the side ramp. She flinched, then pasted on a smile. "Volunteer night," she said, waving a clipboard. "You're early." "Where's Erin?" "Inventory." Too quick. She slid her badge and opened the staff door. 2 minutes, then you go. Fluorescence buzzed. Sterilization to the left, lockers to the right. My phone pinged. I hit play sound in Find My. A faint chirp answered from the lockers. Jenna stiffened. "What was that?" "My keys," I lied. "Third row, second door, label E. Collins." I opened it. Her tote sat there. Car fob, a slim white phone in a lavender case, the wellness phone. Half-used whitening syringe. I snapped a photo, touched nothing. A folded slip lay on the shelf. Composite bonding, after-hours chair time. Timestamp, 9:01 p.m. That went into my pocket. "What are you doing?" Jenna's tone sharpened. "Is Erin with the doctor?" I asked. "Sometimes. Tonight's crazy," she swallowed. "You should head out. She'll call." My screen lit. Unknown number. 5 minutes. Back hall. I replied, "Who is this?" No answer. Down the corridor, Operatory 3's frosted pane showed 2 shapes. One, seated, long hair. A taller figure leaned in. I recorded 3 seconds. Dr. R appeared from sterilization, gloves on, mask under his chin. "You can't be back here." "My wife's here. Where is she?" She stepped out. Even tone, no blink. "With who?" "A ride." He looked past me, not at me. A door hissed at the end. Exit. A draft hit. On my map, the AirTag dot slid toward the rear lot. I moved. No one stopped me. Outside. Dumpsters, 4 cars, a white SUV idling by the ramp, 2 silhouettes, laughter. It rolled off. I caught a bumper sticker, cartoon tooth lifting weights, and a partial plate. R7. Something glinted near the door, a metal bib clip, chain attached, snagged with a strand of dark hair. I pocketed it. Behind me, the door opened. Jenna stood there, holding the lavender phone, unlocked, screen bright with a thread labeled Wellness. She didn't speak. She just watched me, then glanced toward Operatory 3. My phone buzzed again. Back hall now. Same tooth emoji. I looked from the message to the unlocked phone, to Jenna, to the empty ramp. Erin's locker, Erin's keys, Erin's Wellness line, an SUV I didn't recognize, and a timestamp that matched the claims. Every piece pointed to the same place, but not the person. "Where is she, Jenna?" I asked. She left, flat, then softer. "Don't make a scene." I stepped past her toward the hall. She didn't try to stop me. I stepped past Jenna. She didn't stop me. Operatory 3 was empty, chair reclined, bib clipped, cup with lipstick, overhead monitor frozen on a chart. EC, cosmetic bonding. I snapped a photo. On the tray sat a tiny mirror and a used suction tip. Fresh. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Back hall now. Then a second text, a grainy still of me standing in that room. Someone was watching the cams. "Sir." Rosa filled the doorway. "You need to leave." "My wife is here." "She signed out," Rosa said, not moving. She handed me a paper goodie bag, paste, floss, coupon. I felt cardboard inside. A visitor badge slid out. E. Collins, 8:57 p.m. "So where is she?" "Gone." Rosa's eyes flicked to the corner camera. I walked anyway, past sterilization, past the X-ray bay. The exit at the end beeped like an alarm about to arm. My AirTag dot jittered in place, then jumped, inside the building, not moving. I hit play sound, chirp from under a rolling cart. Someone had stripped it off her fob and parked it there. I pocketed it, blind now. Erin called. "Traffic, 10 minutes. "You left a badge at a dentist," I said. "On our anniversary." Silence. Then, "Stop controlling me." She hung up. Dr. R appeared with a clipboard. "Security's on the way." "Good. They can help me find my wife." She left with a ride. His jaw tightened. "You're done here." Jenna hovered behind him, clutching the lavender phone. The screen flashed a preview I couldn't unread. "Third chair after close. Heart." She palmed it away. Another text hit my phone. A pin dropped 2 blocks over. "If you care, come." Same tooth. I should have waited for security. I pushed the bar and ran down the stairwell. Outside, the lot was mostly empty. A white SUV turned at the far end, taillights glowing, that dumb weightlifter tooth sticker on the bumper. I chased, useless. It merged onto the street and vanished. Trash clanged nearby. A bag had fallen from the service bin. Inside, blue gloves, a crumpled bib, a hotel keycard sleeve. Riverway Suites. Rooms scribbled in pen. 4:04. Tonight's date. I checked the pin. It matched the hotel's street. Back at the door, it clicked locked. Through the glass, I saw Jenna watching me, then turning away. Dr. R joined her. They spoke in low tones, heads close, not touching. Rosa killed the hall lights one by one. I pocketed the sleeve and started walking. Unknown number again. No cops. 4:04. 10 minutes. Then, like an afterthought, bring gum. I drove straight to Riverway Suites. No music, no calls. The texts looped in my head. No cops. 4:04. 10 minutes. Bring gum. I grabbed a pack from the console and kept going. I parked behind the building and watched the entrance. Nothing obvious. At 10:29, I went in. The lobby smelled like burnt coffee. A couple argued quietly near the ice machine. The clerk barely looked up. Elevators to the right, a hallway to conference restrooms. I checked the time, still within the 10. I moved toward the desk, ready to ask for room 404, then froze. Grey cardigan, dark hair, Erin, walking out from the back hall. She didn't see me. She handed a key sleeve to a man in a grey suit. Not Dr. R. This guy was square-shouldered, buzz-cut, older. He took the sleeve, nodded, and stepped into the elevator alone. Erin stayed by the counter, staring at her phone. I walked up. She flinched when she saw me, then reset her face. "What are you doing here?" "Following directions," I said, showing the text, tooth emoji on the screen. Her eyes flicked to it, then back to me. "Go home." "Room 404? I asked. "You meeting him or playing concierge?" "It's none of your business," she said, voice low. "Don't make a scene." "On our anniversary?" I kept my voice even. "Who is he?" She looked past me to the doors like the exit might answer for her. "You're not listening," she said. "It's complicated." "Great. Uncomplicate it." She tightened the cardigan around her. "I'm not doing this here." The elevator dinged. Different car. She stepped toward it. I moved with her. "Who is he?" I asked again. She pulled her arm free. "Let it go." I didn't. "Did Dr. R send you? Jenna? Rosa? Who's texting me?" She hit the button, jaw clenched. "Goodbye, Mark." The doors opened. She stepped inside and faced forward. I hovered, then stuck my foot in. "If I go to 404, what do I find?" "Don't," she said, not looking at me. "Please." The doors nudged my shoulder. I withdrew. They slid shut between us. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. 4th floor. End of hall. A second message followed with a photo. A hotel door marked 404. The angle looked like it came from just around the corner. I looked at the clerk. He was watching sports on his phone, not us. I headed for the stairs, 2 at a time. On the 2nd floor landing, I checked the gum still in my pocket. No idea why it mattered, but I kept it. 4th floor. Carpet reeked of citrus cleaner. I turned right. 401, 402, 403. The corridor bent. I stopped before the corner and peered. A white SUV key fob lay on the floor by the ice machine. My phone buzzed again. No knocking. Then, "If you're alone, come now." 4th floor. Citrus cleaner, soft carpet. I stopped before the corner. A white SUV fob lay by the ice machine, blinking. I picked it up. Text. "No knocking. If you're alone, come now." I edged to 404. Door peephole dark. Another text. "Slide the gum. Back away." I pushed the pack under the door and stepped back 3 paces. The lock clicked. The door opened an inch. A latex-gloved hand snatched the gum and dropped a hotel sleeve at my feet. The hand wore a thin bracelet, plain silver. The door shut fast. The sleeve read, 404, 7 a.m. checkout. On the back, a doodle of a tooth with a heart. I texted, "Who are you?" Reply, "Proof soon. Stay put." Down the hall, an elevator chimed. Footsteps. I pressed my ear to 404. Low voices. A man. 10 minutes. A woman. Hurry. I tried the handle. Deadbolt. Another text arrived with a photo. My shoes outside 404. Angle from the peephole. "Cute," the caption said. I pocketed the fob and walked to the window at the end. In the lot below, a white SUV idled by the side ramp. Same weightlifter tooth sticker. Partial plate R7. The hazard lights flashed twice. My fob had pinged it. Fire alarm erupted. Strobe lights. Siren. The elevator froze. Doors popped on several rooms. 404 cracked. 2 figures slipped out in hoodies and masks, heads down. I lunged. My hand caught a lanyard as they pushed into the stairwell. It snapped. They vanished down. On the lanyard, Riverside Dental. Volunteer. The name card was flipped backward. Only the first letter showed through the plastic. E. Smoke smell without smoke. Sprinklers didn't trigger. False alarm. I ran to the stairwell window. The white SUV peeled from the ramp and turned onto the frontage road. Gone. Back to 404. The door now latched on the swing bar. I slipped the latch with my wallet and pushed in. Empty. Bed rumpled. A cordless curing light lay on the duvet, still warm. A dental bib on the chair, clip attached. On the desk, a travel kit, floss, whitening gel, mouth mirror, tongue scraper. Next to it, a lavender phone charger, same brand as the wellness phone. In the trash, a Riverside receipt, time-stamped 9:01 p.m. Composite bonding, after hours. My phone buzzed. New text. Last warning, leave. I opened the closet. Hotel robe, hangers, nothing else. Bathroom, damp counter, peppermint cup, a smear of lipstick on a paper towel. Another text, a pin to the side exit. 2 minutes, alone. I grabbed the curing light, stuffed the lanyard in my pocket, and killed the room lights. One more scan. No wallet, no purse, no names. I stepped into the hall. Sirens still wailed. The elevator restarted. I headed for the side exit, heart hammering, phone in my palm, thumb over record. Side exit, sirens still wailing. I followed the pin to a dim service hallway with an ice machine and a vending alcove. Text. Phone on the ledge, screen down. I set it face down but kept voice memos rolling on my watch. Door beside the ice machine cracked. A hood up, mask on, gloves. Left wrist, thin silver bracelet, the same hand that grabbed the gum. A whisper. You're loud. You'll get her fired. Who are you? I asked. A small laugh. You want a name or proof? She slid a USB drive across the tile with her shoe. 1 minute. Then you leave. I didn't move. Is Erin inside 404? She was. The figure tilted her head. You're late. Footsteps pounded somewhere above us. The hooded woman flinched. Security's sweeping. Don't be here. Who's the guy? I pressed. Dr. R? That's not your question yet. She nodded at the USB. That is. I pocketed it. Why the gum? Breath strips dissolve under masks, she said, like I should know. Go. Hotel security rounded the corner. The hood vanished through the service door. I stepped into the stairwell as a guard shouted, Sir! I kept moving, 2 flights down, outer laundry exit into the lot. My phone, rescued, buzzed twice. Unknown number, airdrop request. I accepted. A 12-second video loaded. Erin under a dental light, laughing through a bib. A gloved arm lifted a curing light, the same model sitting in my jacket. I froze the frame. On the wrist, the silver bracelet. The mask and bouffant hid everything else. Audio was low but clear. Erin. We're really doing this? Tonight? Muffled voice. You asked for after hours. Erin. He hates surprise parties. A quick laugh. Happy anniversary to me. The clip ended with a finger covering the lens. I replayed it. No face, just hands, the bracelet, the chair, Erin's voice. Dentist? Assistant? Hygienist? The bracelet matched the hand at 404, not Dr. R's jawline. Couldn't tell. I went to my car and opened the USB on the dash screen. Folder, RDA, After Hours. Inside, EOB screenshots I'd already seen, a Riverside floor map, and a single audio file labeled 00901. I hit play. Door chime. Dr. R's voice clear. Rosa, lock front. Special case. Rosa, she signed the waiver? Unknown female. I'll handle it. Erin, I brought gum. Then a scrape, the whir of a chair, and a whisper near the mic. 10 minutes. I paused, breathing hard. The unknown voice matched the hall whisper. The bracelet, the texts, not the doctor. Someone with keys, access, after-hours control. I scrolled. One more item. A contact card, name blank, number matching the tooth texts. Company. Riverside Dental Aesthetics. Title field read, DDS. So, a dentist. But which one? New text. Return the fob to 404. Last chance to walk away. I ignored last chance. I cracked the white SUV fob, slid my AirTag under the battery, snapped it shut. 404 was latched again. I pushed the fob under the door, tapped once. Text arrived. Good. Leave. 2 minutes later the dot moved. Elevator. Street. Eastbound. I tailed from 3 cars back. The SUV ducked into a glass tower garage. River lofts. Residents only. The dot settled above B2. I parked across the street. Go home, a text said. Not yet, I replied. Through the lobby glass a hooded figure crossed with a tote, gloves, silver bracelet flashing. The concierge buzzed them in. I slipped in after. Resident? The concierge asked. Delivery, I said. He frowned. Elevator ding. The hood hit 7. I wedged in as doors closed. 7th floor. They turned left. A door beeped. They slid inside. Chrome number, 712. On the frame, a magnet. Cartoon tooth lifting weights. Erin called. Heading home. Traffic finally moved. I'm outside your charity rides condo, I said. Click. I pinged the tag. Faint chirp behind 712. The fob was inside. Elevator again. Footsteps from the opposite end. I ducked into a service cutout. Not Dr. R. A woman in scrubs with takeout and sterilization pouches. No bracelet. She knocked. The door cracked. A gloved hand took the bags. Shut. Lost? She asked. Wrong floor. Phone buzzed. Cute trick. Last warning. Concierge arrived with security. Sir, you need to leave. As the elevator doors closed, laughter drifted from 712. Two voices. Through the narrowing gap, I saw the silver bracelet flash. In the garage, the dot didn't move. 10 minutes. 15. Nothing. I drove home. Erin was on the couch. Damp hair, pajamas, peppermint smell. You left dinner, she said. Where were you? With Jenna. Stuffing kits. Which floor? She pulled up a blanket. Stop. I'm exhausted. On my screen, the dot still burned at 712. 6:02 a.m. The dot left 712, hit the street, then parked at Riverside Dental. I followed. Back lot, white SUV, hood up, mask on, silver bracelet. She badged the side door and vanished. Lobby lit at 7:10. I walked in, holding 2 coffees like a courier. Rosa looked bored. Drop for Dr. R, I said. Which R? She nodded at 3 framed photos. Dr. Ryan Maddox, DDS. Dr. R. Hale, DDS. Dr. Roman Dell, DDS. All R. A flyer sat on the counter. Smile Drive, 8:10 p.m. Volunteer list, E. Collins. Wedged between Jenna P. and Rosa A. I snapped it. Text hit. Careful. I asked for the bathroom and drifted right. Lockers. Voices inside. Woman 1. He followed her to the hotel. Woman 2. Then stopped texting. Metal clatter. I peeked. A lavender phone charger hung from a strip outlet. On the shelf, a magnet of that weightlifting tooth. I took a photo. Another text arrived with a still of me taking it. Caption. Turn around. Operatory 3 opened. A woman in a lab coat stepped out. Dr. R. Hale. Mask up, cap on, left wrist wearing a plain silver bracelet. She clocked me. Slipped into sterilization. I checked the SUV fob ping. Still inside. Erin texted, Yoga with Jenna. Back later. Don't wait up. I stepped to the rear lot. Her car sat 2 spaces from the SUV. Hood cold. No mat on the seat. I called. Declined. Reply. You're harassing me. This is why I can't tell you anything. Airdrop request. I accepted. 11 seconds. Erin under a dental light, bib on, laughing. A gloved hand, silver bracelet, tilted the chair and raised a curing light. Off-screen, a deeper gloved hand passed a mirror in. 2 people, no faces. Bracelet equals Hale? The second hand, Maddox? Dell? Assistant? Rosa cracked the door. You need to leave. Is Erin inside? She signed out. Behind her, Jenna hurried by with a tote. Lavender cord dangled from the zipper. She didn't meet my eyes. 2 texts landed. Tonight, 8:10, 3rd chair, no cops. Then, if you want a name, come alone. I answered. I'll come alone. Reply, 8 o'clock, 3rd chair, no bag, no phone. I left my phone in the glove box, watch on record, curing light in the trunk, wallet, keys, nothing else. Riverside's lobby buzzed, Smile Drive night. Folding table, donation jars, toothbrush kits. Jenna checked names. She clocked me, lips tight, slid a volunteer badge across. Blank. Erin? I asked. On a run, she said. Don't wander. Operatory curtains were half-drawn. Kids in chairs, parents with clipboards. At 7:59 my watch buzzed. 3 now. Sit. Eye shades on. I slipped into 3. Light was off. Only the hallway glow bled through. A bib waited, eye shades on the tray, cup of peppermint rinse. I sat, put the shades on. Heart pounding. Footsteps. Gloves snapped. Someone entered, silent. The chair reclined. A hand rested on my shoulder, light, practiced. The scent was antiseptic and mint. No words. A napkin rustled. Something thin slid under my palm. Bite, a low voice said. Same cadence as the hotel clip. The suction chirped once, then stopped, like a cue. I lifted the eye shades a millimeter. All I saw was mask, cap, and the outline of a lab coat stitched with Dr. R. The rest of the name folded under. The left wrist was bare, no bracelet. Still alone? The voice asked. I nodded. A gloved finger tapped the shade. Down. Down the hall, Erin laughed. My chest seized. Another set of steps past the doorway. Heavier, male. The figure beside me stilled until they faded. Take what's under your hand, the voice said. Pocket it. Leave in 2 minutes. Supply closet C. They raised the chair, clipped off the bib, and were gone. I palmed the paper. It was a photo. Erin in the chair, bib on, smiling. Beside her, a lab coat shoulder, the embroidered line, Dr. R. The rest was creased away. A silver bracelet glinted in the corner, blurred, like mid-motion. The lights fluttered. The PA crackled. Smile drive raffle in the lobby. People shifted. Rosa's voice. Third chair, 5 minutes. I slid out and moved with the flow, then cut right to a door marked Supply C. It was cracked. Inside, rows of boxes, the hum of the sterilizer through the wall. The hooded figure waited, back to me. Same tote, gloves on, silver bracelet flashing. She spoke without turning. USB. It's in my car. She exhaled. Trade, name for the drive. 901, you get 1 word. After that, you disappear. Why me? I asked. Because she won't stop, she said, and because he... A voice sounded in the hall. She cut off, pressed a finger to her mask. Footsteps neared. Dr. R. Maddox passed the door, clipboard in hand. He didn't look in. The hood dropped a lavender phone on the shelf. You'll need this, she said. Text will come to it. She pushed it toward me with one finger, then tugged off the silver bracelet and set it beside the phone. There, wrist. Believable enough? Are you Hale? I asked. She laughed once. 2 minutes, she said, and slipped out the back. The bracelet and the phone sat in front of me like props. My watch buzzed. 9:01. Then, ready? My watch buzzed again. 9:01. Ready? I grabbed the lavender phone. Ready, I typed. Reply. Drawer 2, third chair, tape. I slid open 3's second drawer. Gauze, floss, tongue depressors, a strip of blue tape under the tray. I peeled it. Inside, a folded consent. After hours chair time, 9:01 p.m. Provider line, Dr. R, scribbled over. Below, patient, E. Collins. I photographed it with the lavender phone. Text, USB? Car, I wrote. Then 1 word, trade when you have it. Footsteps. I slipped into Supply C, shut it to a slit. In the hall, Erin's laugh. Close, a male voice. Raffle in 5. Another female. Third set. Paper rustled. The door passed my nose. I held my breath. The lavender phone vibrated. Word coming. 3 dots. Then, ah. Power flickered. PA screeched. Rosa, raffle at the front. Chairs hissed upright. Parents and kids shuffled. I pocketed the bracelet and phone. When the hallway thinned, I cut toward lockers. The lavender charger still hung from the strip. I yanked it, jammed it into the phone. Battery icon crawled. Behind me, the door opened. Dr. Maddox, photo true jawline, grabbed gloves. He clocked me. You're not cleared back here. Looking for Erin, I said. She left, he replied, bland. He pushed past. Text flashed as the battery ticked 3%. Name, R.A., then died. I swore under my breath and shoved the phone into my pocket. Operatory 3's curtain was half closed. I peeked. The lab coat on the stool read, Dr. R, only the R visible. On the counter, a mirror fogged from recent rinse, peppermint cup half full, a strand of dark hair clung to the bib clip. I pocketed it next to the hotel clip. Rosa appeared. You again? Front desk, I said. Raffle. Good idea. At the front, a crowd formed. Jenna drew tickets, smiling with her mouth, not her eyes. Erin wasn't there. On the wall above the donation jars, the 3 frames stared back. Dr. Ryan Maddox, DDS, Dr. R. Hale, DDS, Dr. Roman Dell, DDS, each with the same molar sticker pinned to the corner. My watch pinged, voice memo still rolling. A new buzz followed, different haptic, the AirTag app on my watch picking up a familiar chirp, not from the SUV, from inside. I followed it to a coat tree. A white lab coat hung there, pocket weighted. I eased it open. The white SUV fob. My tag blinked. Someone cleared their throat. Dr. Hale stood 5 feet away, mask off now, unreadable, left wrist bare. Lose something? She asked. Looks like you found it, I said. She plucked the fob from my hand, smooth. Stay in the lobby, please. Behind her, Dr. Dell passed with a box of kits, exchanged a tiny nod with Maddox. Quick, practiced, no tells. All 3, ah. My watch buzzed again. Stray Bluetooth. The lavender phone revived in my pocket. 2%. 1 pending message loaded, half rendered. Name. Row. The lavender phone flickered at 2%. 1 line half loaded. Name. Row. And froze. Dr. Hale stood 2 steps away, wrist bare, taking the SUV fob. Lobby, she said. I needed power, not permission. In lockers, I jammed the cord in. The phone crawled to 3%. New text. Finish. Row. Battery hit 1%. Jenna appeared, yanked the plug, stuffed it in her tote. Out front. My watch buzzed, unknown on my main line. USB for name, 940, River Footbridge. They had both numbers. I hit the lot, grabbed my phone and the USB, tossed the curing light in my coat. Erin's car was gone. The white SUV sat, nose out. The riverfront was empty except for wind and bar lights on the water. 9:39. A hooded figure stepped from the shadows. No bracelet, same height, same tote. USB, she said. Name first. She held up the lavender phone. Charged now. Typed 3 letters. Stopped. Showed me. Row. Locked it. Pocketed it. Finish it. Trade, she said. I dangled the USB. She reached. I pulled back. Roman? Rosa? Ryan? Hale? She flicked a ziplock to my feet. 10 identical silver bracelets. Props. A sedan eased to the curb. Rear window down an inch. Erin's profile in the glow. She didn't wave. You brought her? I asked. She came, the hood said. She wants you to stop. 10 yards away, another figure leaned on the rail. Male, lab coat under a jacket. Side profile in the streetlight. Could be Maddox, could be Dell. He flicked ash into the river and didn't look over. USB, the hood repeated. I slid it across the planks. She towed it up, pocketed it. My phone pinged. Airdrop. Provide a schedule. After hours. 9 to 10:30. The typed line, R. Dell, was struck through. Under it, in pen, R. Smeared. Finish the name, I said. That's what you get, she said. Walk away. File whatever you want. Leave the office out of it. The sedan door thunked. Erin stepped out, cardigan tight. She looked at me, then at the rail, then at the hood. Mark, please, go home. Say it, I told her. Who? Her throat worked. She glanced at the hood, at the lab coat. It's not... She stopped. The man by the rail turned just enough to show a jawline I almost knew. Everywhere I looked. Ah. The hood lifted the lavender phone, typed. My watch buzzed. Tomorrow, 7 a.m. Riverside, 3rd chair. Alone. 7 a.m. No phone. Empty hands. Lobby quiet. Rosa didn't look up. 3rd chair. Operatory 3 glowed from the monitor. Bib, shades, peppermint rinse. I sat, kept the shades off. Camera LED winked red. Footsteps. A masked coat with Dr. R on the chest. Left wrist bare. No words. Chair back. A gloved hand set a sealed envelope on the tray, then withdrew. Name, I said. Tap on the envelope. Low voice I'd heard in the clips. Decide first. Open outside. The suction chirped once. The figure slipped out. I stepped to the frosted glass. 3 shadows crossed the hall. Tall, ponytail, broad. 3 coats all stitched R, each turned a different way. I hit the corridor. Maddox passed with a tray, neutral. Hale slid by from sterilization, wrist bare, unreadable. Dell's voice from the front. 5 minutes. Eyes flicked over me like I was a plant. Stares to the back lot. 3 white SUVs idled in a row, the same tooth lifter stickers, all reversed at once and split. I ran 2 steps, stopped. Pick a ghost. I tore the envelope. Inside, a hotel still, Erin under a dental light, smiling. Beside her, a shoulder with Dr. R. The rest hidden under the clip. A typed line at the bottom. You already know enough. Second sheet, the waiver copy. Patient, E. Collins. Provider, R. The dash smeared. I drove home. Erin was packing at the table. No greeting. I'm staying with Jenna, she said. Don't follow. Which one? I asked. Say it. It doesn't matter. She kept folding. You'll chase a name forever. It wasn't about him. It was about not being with you. That landed harder than the videos. Lawyers? I asked. I'll answer through one. She zipped the case, paused at the door. You were right about the dentist, she said. That's all you get. Then she left. I sat with the envelope, 2 clips, and a house that echoed. 3 doctors, 1 letter. At noon, I booked 2 appointments. Therapist, attorney. I still don't have the name. The car, the bracelet, the schedule. Everywhere. Maybe that's the point. I'm done guessing.